So hi Mark, thanks so much for, inviting us to your booth today.
Thanks, Anastasia. Thanks for having me.
Good. So maybe you can start off by telling me a bit about the secondary domain market, the landscape essentially, why it's particularly interesting right now.
Well, it's been interesting for a long time. And it's been growing a long time, and it's continuing to grow.
Okay.
So it's exciting. It's a big market. It's a multi-billion-dollar market. Everything from monetizing domains to buying and selling of domain names is what we call the secondary market. So, we are seeing an increase in the large volume of six-figure domain sales, but we're also maintaining our average price of around $2,500 US, and we had a 50% increase year over year for the last 3 years of number of transactions of names that we sell through our marketplace.
In your presentation yesterday, you mentioned quite a few interesting statistics, one of which was, the idea that country code TLDs are the most popular next to .coms. I think that's kind of interesting. Why is that the case?
I put up a graph where 50% of our sales, just a little over 50% of our sales, are .com, and the rest are made up of the country codes.
Right.
And it's hard to find a good .com, and a lot of people are holding on to their .coms. And it has forced, in some ways, just along with awareness of the internet as well, but it's forcing people to look in other places to buy TLDs. And why not buy a really good descriptive generic name that they can brand, that they can use to market in their own country and use their own country code. So there's really been a growth in the country codes side of the secondary market.
Right. So what are some ways that people are making money in the secondary domain market right now?
We really break it into two separate areas. Domain monetization, also known as parking, and the selling and the buying of premium domain names. So in domain monetization, obviously we're here at HostingCon, so I'm sort of gearing it towards registrars and web hosters. The way they're making money today is when domains expire, instead of not having the page not resolved while it's expired, they serve up a page that serves up advertising and informs it could be the end user or whoever goes to that site that the domain has expired and they can click here.
Right.
On that advertising, which we use Google as our supplier for the advertising. If an end user goes to that site and clicks on an advert, then there's money to be made for the registrar or the web hoster company. The other side of the secondary market, when we talk about registrars and web hosting companies, is the buying and selling of premium domain names. And what I mean by the premium domain names, these are domain names that are owned by somebody and who's decided to sell them and not let them go back to be registered again. So they're owning them, they're putting up for sale, and they're using technologies like that Sido provides, where a registrar or a web host can show that domain name for sale at a certain price or with a make offer, and gives people an option to buy a domain name that they couldn't get in the primary market. And what we call the primary market is a new registration. So for example, Bob's Bagels. If somebody wanted to get Bob's Bagels and it's already taken, it's owned by somebody, what we call a domain investor, they're selling it for $1,500 US or $1,000 or $500. And we have tools to make that available, so the web host can present that to their customer and say, for $500 you can come and get that domain name and you can use it. And it's probably the preferred domain name that they want, instead of having to look for a new domain
sort
name.
of other alternative,
Exactly. So, Sedo provides a lot of tools for web hosting companies and registrars to make money in the secondary market.
So what are some secondary domain market integration points that companies can look into?
There's a number of different integration points. And we always look at, when I consult with a web hosting company or a registrar, we always look at the way they do business. And every company has their own sets of ethics and values, and we will always look for the best way to do it. Some of the easiest things that we can help you with is when a new domain name is registered, you immediately put it up to a what we call a park page, and you can say this page is under construction, or this domain name was newly registered at the web hosting company, and underneath that you could do some advertising. And what it does is the our system will take sort of the keywords of that domain name and show relevant advertising that's based on that domain name. So we show advertising based on that. Other integration points, like I mentioned, was when a domain name expires, we can serve up a parking page. In the name suggestion, so when someone's looking for a name, they type in a name, it's not available, most likely it's not. You can serve up suggested names that are available, and underneath that you can serve up names that are available on the secondary market with a fixed price beside it. And if they click on that, they go to Sedo, and then they can buy the domain there, and then the registrar or the web host makes an affiliate fee on that.
I also know that Sedo recently launched its Sedo Care initiative. So can you elaborate a bit more on that?
Yeah, well, we're doing a number of different things to make the public aware that we're giving back to the community. So the one thing that we're doing in August is called Sedo Cares, and all the transactions that are occurring in the month of August, we're taking that money, we're putting it into a pool. We're also having a contest around that, so any transaction, the seller would get a ticket, and at the end of the month, we're going to have a draw, and 50% of the money that's in the pool, that's made from the commissions, will go to the winner, and the other 50% will go to a charity.
Nice.
And I believe we are at this time around, we're doing some water care initiatives in Ethiopia.
Very cool. Thanks so much for taking the time to tell me a bit more about what you do at Sido.
Oh, thank you very much. And if somebody wants to know more, give me a call or send me an email or go to Sido.com.
Perfect. Sounds good.